I woke up this morning and there was a story on Wrestling Inc. And it was talking about Booker T, Triple H, WrestleMania 19 controversy. Booker T, Triple H segment pull from A&E Bio. And my thing is this, how can it be pulled from the bio when, okay, you talked about it, but nobody, it wasn't in there and it got pulled out. It never actually got in. But to write it like that, it makes it seem like it was a whole lot of meat and potatoes on the bone of the story of Booker T, Triple H, WrestleMania 19. And me personally, I've never given that story a whole lot of, credence. I haven't put a whole lot of talk into that night as far as me losing a match. It just happened to be at WrestleMania. It happened to be for the championship against Triple H. They talk about the story that went into it. And I understand that, being a young black kid looking up to, my heroes. Trust me, I understand that as well. But I've never looked at my career and framed my career around any one match. Let alone WrestleMania 19, the match with Triple H, where I got paid more money for one match than I got paid for any other match in my life. So I'm like, me personally, I'm not finna complain about that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's about taking care of my family, walking away from it and being able to do it, again, to keep this thing rolling. And when I see stuff like that, when people try to make something out of something that, I don't know, which is more so a racial issue. Let's just put it out there. Yeah. It's nothing more than a racial issue between Triple H, Booker T, WWE, whatnot. It's just a story, somebody trying to get some clicks. But for me, I just want everybody to know that, that was not what my story was about at the end of the day. I got a letter from a man by the name of Justin Vance. He's a resource officer in Nashville, Texas. He said he watched the biography and he was truly touched in a way that he could never have seen. He said he was also a teacher before he took a role in law enforcement as well. He said the one thing that struck with him was, he said, you said, you don't think that you was ever told one time what you want to be when you grow up. That right there, I think, it's the moral of the story. And then he said also, I promise that I will make a point to pull each and every one of these kids into my office to have a heartfelt conversation surrounding this topic. That right there is what my story at the end of the day is all about. Some kid, at the end of the day that's walking through those shoes and they're again walking towards that light in that tunnel, and hopefully just, keep walking that way and find his destination. That's what my story is all about. It's not about the dark side of WrestleMania 19 and Booker T. Triple H, you know what I mean? And for people to want to make it about that, I get it. I'm not naive or anything like that. I understand. But for me personally, that is not what Booker T's career makeup is all about. I just want to get that out there.
I mean, nor should it be. And honestly, your whole documentary, I don't recall one time where it was centered around one match or one angle or one storyline that you had. They covered the run of Harlem Heat, or the rise of G.I. Bro, the rise of Harlem Heat, the rise of Booker T as a singles, then King Booker and all that stuff. I don't remember them covering any one match. And the article is reference to one of the guys who's interviewed for your documentary. I think his name is David Dennis, I believe. He said on Twitter, hey, they had asked me about this, and I kind of went into extreme detail about, I guess, how he felt about it when it all happened. But at the end of the day, I don't think it was removed because, let me ask you this. You saw a rough draft of this like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Was it in then?
No.
So, I mean, how could it, if it's not even in the rough draft, how could it have been removed from the story?
Well, that's what I mean. It's the way these, outlets, they write the story,
Shame on them.
deleted scenes. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real. Let's not make my story about, you know, Triple H and Booker T. Just like the documentary, just like you said, it was not about one match. It wasn't about one angle. It was about being able to take whatever it was, no matter whatever it was, and make it, whatever I wanted it to be. I was a guy that didn't care too much about, if he was at the mid card, or if he was GI Bro, just opening the show, or if he was in the main event. And when I was in the main event, I was begging for somebody to beat me so I could go back to the mid card.
I know
So
you
I
talked
could
about
go
that.
home after I finished wrestling. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get to somewhere around the same money anyway, because I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna be on all the pay-per-view. So when people look at my career, I just want them to say, man, Booker. Man, he overcame it all. He did it all. I mean, he did
did.
it all. And no matter what it was they put in front of him, he went out and shined. Backstage vignettes, man, he went out and shined. Promos, he shined. You know what I mean? In-ring performance, man, he shined. At the end of the day, when he walked away from his, Hall of Fame induction, Spinner Rooney on the stage, he shined. You know what I mean? So just give me my props, man. Just give me my props. More important than anything, and I will be happy, just like I was at the end of the day when I, watched the documentary, because, like I said, it covered so many different ranges to where, like I said, definitely, I had watery eyes through the whole thing.